Hello, I'm Citrus, and recently I was shown an ad on Instagram from Gun Primer for their Racer Series Gate Remover set. This is a 3-step miracle product that purportedly removes nub marks without any damage to the plastic pieces, so that you can retain that really nice satin look for your out-of-box builds. The process starts with the racer, which is a glass file, which is used to remove the nub. You have the balancer, which is a foam buffing block that is used to level the surface. And then you have recover, which seems to be a slightly abrasive cloth used to restore the original plastic finish. For this tidy package, Gun Primer wants to charge you $45, which is an absurd amount of money to pay for a piece of glass, some foam, and a rag. If you wanted to buy just the glass file on its own, Gun Primer will charge you $25, but even that is still way too much to pay. So I did some digging, and as you can tell by the video title, this is not going to be a review of the Racer Gate Remover series, but something that is much cheaper, that works very nearly just as good, if not exactly as good. So what I found is this. This is a glass nano nail buffer or something. You can find it under any number of different keywords, but the ones you want to look for is glass, nail, buffer, nano, something along those lines. You can find these on your favorite marketplace for anywhere between $1 to $4 a piece. Some of them come with cases, others do not. Mine didn't, and because of that, I fashioned a crude sleeve out of some junk mail. And you can see it slides in there perfectly, and the corners of my file are protected against the other tools that I keep it with in my toolbox. Now, the only difference that I can discern between what I have and what Gun Primer is selling is that the abrasive pattern doesn't go all the way through the entire file. You can see there's a clear bit at the end for you to hold comfortably in your hands, and of course the entire file is clear instead of black. Now, I think the clear glass is actually much preferable to having a black file because you can see the part that you are working on through the glass, and you don't have to remove the file from the surface to see how much progress you've made every few seconds or so. So I'm going to show you my process. This is a piece of the high-grade GM coil that I just took off the runner. You're going to want to take your nippers, and hopefully they're single-bladed. These are my trusty Volcan nippers, which have been very nice to me. So what you want to do is cut the nub as close as you can to the plastic without actually scratching it. You want to have the dull supporting side of the blade on the bottom, and on the sharp side to cut this way. That way all of the stress is concentrated at the bottom, and it won't scar the plastic as much. So what we'll do is just line it up like this. You can see I'm leaving a small gap, and there we go. All right, so we have this much left, which is very little. And we're going to take our file. Now, of course, since we are filing this is going to kick up a lot of dust. Gun Primer will happily sell you an extractor so that you don't have to breathe in any of the plastic dust, but you can use a much cheaper solution, which is water. So this is some water that I've already been using. You can see there's a lot of dust in there. You do not want this stuff ending up in your tools, your keyboard, if you are at work on your desk, or your eyes or lungs. So what I do is take the file, just dip it in the water so that the working area is wet, and then I just apply it to the part like so. You can occasionally wipe off the water to get rid of the dust and check your progress. And there we go. The nub is basically completely gone. You can see that the edges are a little bit shiny because, of course, we are using a nail buffer, right? So to restore the surface, we're going to use this thing, which is a melamine sponge. So these are pretty commonly available as Mr. Clean Magic erasers and other similar such things. Very good for cleaning up lots of things, but it's also very, very, very mildly abrasive so that it will give us the sort of satin look that we're looking for. So all we need to do is just apply it directly to the part. Just bringing this back in for a closer look. So you have this side that we just did, this side which is the original plastic. You can see the finish now is pretty close, and the nub is almost completely hidden. And of course, just repeat this for all of the other parts, and you'll have achieved the perfect finish for basically about $5 worth of tools and materials that Gun Primer wants to charge you $45 for. In the description below, I have product links on Amazon to the glass file and the melamine sponge. If you'd like to support the channel, please make a purchase through one of those links. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.